Y'all doing, everybody? It's La-Shawn. It's my first Google Hangout here with my friends and teammates. Um, we're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves. So let's see. Go ahead, Arian.
Now you know I'm a gentleman, so it's got to be
Oh,
ladies
ladies
first.
first. Okay, I was just going by what I see on the screen. Miss
I
Carmelita.
understand.
There you go, Miss Carmelita.
Okay, my name is Carmelita Cox. Um, I reside in Melbourne, Florida, and this is my first live hangout. So, but I've done hangouts before. So basically, we're just going to just be ourselves and just um share some things with you. What I'm supposed to be saying. Um, so just enjoy the hangout.
Okay. Well, next, I guess. I'm sorry. Just bear with us here. Next, go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Kenya.
Hello, my name is Kenya Taylor, and this is my first hang. Kind of excited uh, like time. Okay,
Are you
Arian,
still there?
you don't see me?
Oh, okay. You was done talking? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Short and
Are
to the
you to
point.
hear me? Is I not talking loud enough? Do I need to say it again?
Nah,
Yeah.
it's probably my end. Go ahead and say it again.
Okay, I said my name is Kenya Taylor, and I said this is my first hangout, and I said that you'll probably see me smile the whole time, crying, like that
And where you
all
from?
day.
Where you from?
Oh, I'm from Harrisburg, Mississippi.
All
Country
right.
place, small town. Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll go next. I'm LaShawn Price. I'm currently living in Indianapolis, and this is my first hangout, my first live hangout. First time speaking and everything. So bear with us. Hope you enjoy this and get something out of it. The next one is Arian.
What's up, folks? Name is Arian Tyson. Um, Commonly go by the term the Dark Knight from St. Louis, born and raised. This is actually my first live Google Hangout. Been on several Hangouts, and I'm just ready to get it in and just speak life. And for those of you who are watching this, um, that you be compelled to take action. It's just that simple.
Okay. Now we got all the introductions out and everything. Arian, we're gonna have you go ahead and start us off.
How did I know you was gonna do that? Okay. Well, for starters, for those of us who were or who are on the hangout right now, um, we have a lot in common right now because um, the title of this is something big is coming. So we know what that is referring to because we all were at the last event in Denver, Colorado, a couple of weeks ago, and needless to say, they dropped a lot of major bombs at this event, and really for the next 2 months, um, pretty much circle September 23rd because the game is going to change September 23rd. And before we really get into what was discussed, I just really want to know just why you all chose Empower Network.
Okay. I guess I'll answer that one. Let's see here. I chose Empower Network. Let's see. Back in the early 2000s, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. I joined another company, and I knew that you could do this online. I knew that there was a way to not have to do the friend list, the friends and family, and all of that. Really didn't want to pull all that out and deal with that and do the three-way calls because they were big on that. Um, so I kind of got away from that and still kept my ear out trying to find something. And actually, my MLM days go back to, I guess, when I was 18, 19. My father got me into a company, and I really didn't do much. He paid my way in. I went to an event, enjoyed that, but I mean, it was a good product and all. I just wasn't, again, one of those for the house visits and everything. Um, so So this, I found Empower. I saw someone do a blog. One of my friends, they shared it. I read it, liked it, and friended that person, and kept up with her and everything. And she kept putting up these posts. Um, you wanna know about the $1,000 a day formula? So I was interested. I said, let me go ahead and check this out, and I liked what I saw. And so I said, I'll go ahead and jump in and join. And I've enjoyed it ever since. I'm glad I made that choice. Came back, I did my first event in Denver. I miss Chicago, and I'm kicking myself because I should have went. I mean, it's not about 3 hour drive away, but I did make Denver. I learned a lot, and I enjoyed it. So go ahead
That's
and
what's,
let somebody else go.
that's what's up.
Okay. The reason why I joined Empower Network is because I was just tired of, again, as La-Shawn was saying, I was just tired of not really making the residual income that I wanted to make, and I was just tired of, trying to sell a product and basically just chasing people. You had to chase people to get these products. You have people that were saying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna get it when I get paid or what have you," and they would never purchase your product. And then I was just tired of the fact that trying to make rank, for the whole month, and and then for it to just start back over and go back down to zero. It was just like, really. So I mean, it was just doing the and I don't know if we did so much three-way calls. I did in one MLM business. We did have to do three-way calls and try to close that person, with your upline. But I just wasn't seeing the residual income that I wanted to see, and I just didn't want to deal with people in that kind of way. So Michelle was so kind enough to reach out to me and tell me about Empower Network. So I got involved because I really, I do enjoy writing. I may not be as passionate as Arian, but I do enjoy writing. But so I find myself here and just enjoying the journey, and I'm just really excited for what the future holds, and really want to just inspire people with the passion that I have, especially in the health and fitness industry. So basically, I want to use my blog platform to reach out to people in that kind of way and help them and let them know that they can make money, on their blog platform with Empower Network.
Awesome, awesome. For those of you who have been watching it, you probably have seen someone else pop in. Um, and I just want to give her an opportunity to introduce herself, and then just also talk about why why she chose to join Empower Network. So, Miss Shanoa, take the floor.
We can't hear you.
Is your microphone muted? Look at the top right corner. All right, we got technical difficulties again.
It's been a night of
So,
those.
okay, so let me chat with her, and we're gonna turn it over to Miss Kenya, Miss Smiling right now. Just can you, if you can, just really talk about why you joined Empower Network.
Is she frozen?
Did I mute everybody out?
No, I can hear you,
Okay.
and I can hear your son as well.
Isn't Kenya supposed to be talking?
Yes, she is.
Kenya, are you there? Huh? Maybe that's just a picture of her. What do you say? You in a picture. Shanoa, have you fixed it? No.
Does she have
Is
a
your mic turned
microphone?
on?
I know, right? Does she have a microphone? Because sometimes, oh, you do.
Send me a chat in the group.
I think that's just a picture of Kenya. Oh. Yep.
Yeah, it's like she keeps.
What's what's him? Where's he? That's Shanoa. Huh?
Hmm.
Okay, I see. I'm gonna have to kind of multitask because while we're waiting on her to hear her voice, and we really don't know what's going on with on Kenya's end. Everybody else has spoken but me, so let me kind of chime in and multitask as I normally do. Um, I joined Empower Network for several reasons. Number one, prior to getting started with Empower, I was a frustrated network marketer. I was someone who um, really got comfortable selling the dream but living the nightmare. And the reality of it was, I'm someone who does not really condone lying. I detest people that just lie. And it put me in a position to where I was not really comfortable with myself, and I wasn't happy with what I was looking at in the mirror. So after being in various companies and making friends and having minor success, I wanted to do something that I was passionate about. And I had heard about Empower when it launched back in October 2011, but I was so focused on the company that I was last with that I really just didn't pay too much attention to it. Although the concept really spoke to me because, like Carmelita said, I have a passion for writing. I'm a writer, so it really spoke to me. But I was still in that mode where I cared about what people thought of me, and I didn't want to let people down and this, that, and the other. And when I made a decision at the end of 2012 to just basically follow my dreams. And um, my biggest dream is I want to publish a book, and so I might as well start honing in on um, my writing ability. And little did I know, I found out that I actually have an ability to inspire people to go after their dreams via writing and now via videos for some odd reason. I can't really take credit for it. I'm not going to take credit for it, but it's just what's in me to do. And so now I've gotten to the place, since I joined Empower. It was actually 6 months for me yesterday on August 1st. So in the 6 months that I've been in Empower Network, I can tell you that I am not the same person that I was when I joined 6 months ago. I'm that much better. I'm that much more confident. I'm that much more passionate about what I do. And the thing is, from me joining Empower, I've actually learned how to operate in my passion on purpose and be completely unapologetic about it. So what that really means is you really don't care what people think. As long as you're being honest and maintaining your integrity and being transparent with people, they're going to see that you're being genuine, and they're going to want to join you and lock arms with you. And that's what I'm experiencing now, and it's more success than I've ever experienced in any other company that I've been in, period. So um, for those of you who are watching this, who have had their reservations about, is Empower for you, or uh, can Empower really help you build your build the business that you have? And that's really the key thing right now, because when it comes to what separates Empower from other companies, in my opinion, is that in other companies they're just trying to recruit you into the business. And my thing is, I don't even have to necessarily recruit them into the business, because if they're comfortable with where they're at, then by all means, do what you do. But 90% of the people that are on the internet, marketing their business, have no idea how to properly market themselves or brand themselves. They're just selling products. And I'm not no salesperson, but I know that I have a dream, and I know that I have a purpose, and I know that um, we're going to, be on the stage real soon, telling our stories. And the main thing, and I'm, wrap up my end, is that one of the things that I found out is that nobody can tell your story better than you. And Empower, whether it's the blogging platform, whether you like to do videos, this, that, or another, you will be able to find what your niche is and master it and run with it. And you're with a group of people, you're with a family who is going to cheer you on, whether you get your first lead, or whether you generate your first sale, or you have a high income sale, or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. People from all walks of life, different backgrounds, it don't matter. They're going to cheer you on. And that's just what separates us from pretty much any other company out here. And it's no knock on any other company, because it is some good companies out here, and then there's some companies out here that they should really be ashamed of themselves. So that's pretty much what I got right now. So I'm gonna just turn it back over to our moderator.
She's on mute.
I muted myself out. My bad. My bad. I didn't want the screen jumping.
I'm like, she just talking.
I didn't want the screen jumping back and forth. But I see Shanoa is down there. I believe I can hear you now. So if you can introduce yourself, let us know, who you are and why you joined the hour.
Woo, Lord. So you can't hear me now?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
ma'am.
hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I'm killing mosquitoes.
My name is Shanoa, and what'd you say?
We ain't saying nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. My name is Shanoa Lamu, and I have probably been in Empower Network going on 3 months, and initially I was really nervous because this probably would be my 10th company, and honestly I was just really nervous about what other people would say, because I knew internet marketing is what I have always wanted to do, and it seemed like I was probably just jumping from company to company to find what I really, really wanted. And so that's why I put myself to join the event, because I knew actually the intention that I set was for my belief to change in the company, and also the belief that I can work this business, that this is something that I can actually do and be successful in. And that's exactly what happened. I have been on fire ever since. I have been getting up 5:36 in the morning. It's 5:36 in the morning before my family gets up, and that is not me. Oh my gosh, that is not me. So I know that this is the company for me. Um, I've just really just the people that I've met. I mean, it's just really second to none. And I think that's about it. I've just really been enjoying myself and actually having fun. So thank you.
All right, you're welcome, and thank you for sharing with us. Now I see Miss Kenya's back. You can go ahead and
Oh
give us a
no.
little bit about why you joined Empower.
Okay, we're gonna try this again.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, like I said, I'm a single mother of six. Divorced for 11 years now, and so I've always had to work just to make it, you know. So I spend a lot of hours not coming home some nights, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and I'd be at work with my kids. We're at home, and they'd be at school when I was at home, and so I needed to be able to, spend some time with them and raise them, and somebody else not raise them. And then I wanted the freedom. I also wanted to be able to take them on vacation and things like that, and that we haven't been able to do, you know. And so that's why I joined Empower, because I know that there's freedom there, and then there's a way to help me to build me up and also build up others.
All right,
Okay.
all right. That's cool. See, now I feel like I need to add some things. Everybody's had some good stuff to say. I kind of went the short and sweet, route, and Arian, I should have went after you. Made me look bad, but no. I just wanted to add, I mean that was my MLM network marketing experience, but it's like some of the folks have said on this panel. I have 3 children, and man, working outside the house. I'm a single mother, so I need to be around my kids. Working outside the house was getting really stressful. I was always wondering, are they okay? What are they doing? And so I decided I really need to work from home and get that financial freedom and that time freedom, so we can start going on vacations and we can start doing stuff together. Instead of just living and existing around each other. We weren't really living. We were just going through the motions. You wake up, get the kids together, go to work, come home, put them to bed, do the same thing the next day. So as I said, I'm really happy that I've found Empower, and that I've been able to break out of my shell. Because it was 4 or 5 months ago, you would have never seen me on something like this, talking to everybody and sharing my story. But day by day, getting more confidence, getting out there, and being able to talk to more people. So another thing that Arian had touched upon is the name of this hangout is Something Big is Coming. And y'all want to go ahead and join us, and get in before you get left out. Because when September 23rd comes, everyone who's in before that date, they're going to get to experience just something phenomenal. I mean, it's going to change the face of the internet. And for about 7 days, we're going to get to play with that system. Everybody who's in. So you want to go ahead and get in, get comfortable, and let us help you out. Join the team, because we have a great team here. I just want to say, I'm not sure I think, yeah, all of us here, we belong to the Dream Team.
That's right.
And
Right.
yeah, we all belong to the Dream Team, and we're a pretty good family here. I mean, it's not just a group of strangers. When you come in, you're family, and we treat you like that. And we help each other out. We rally around each other, and it's a nice a nice place to, like I say, a nice place to land, when you're having a bad day or something, or you're having a good day, especially when you're having a good day. You get in there and you get your pats on the back and everything, and you get your rah-rahs and your
Yep.
dances, and, if you know Tom, you get your fist pump dance.
Right.
But yeah, so I say come on and join us. Come to the family and everything, and because I'll move that on to, let's see, next topic. Anyone have anything to add or?
See,
I do.
I'm trying to be a gentleman. Go ahead, Shanoa.
Oh, sorry. Well, I did forget to mention that um, it was this new system that really sold me on the company, because we've all had our issues with social media, getting YouTube channels shut down and just things of that nature. So I have to admit I was nervous about that. I'm thinking I'd never experienced something like this from previous companies. So I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? But when this system was presented at the event, and just the details and the care that they took to explain to us, you could just tell it was very, very well thought out. Of course, the financial resources were there to back it up. They had people to, even now as we speak, there are people who are tweaking it, who are testing it, making sure that when September comes, it's off and popping. So, that again, that just showed me that we have two leaders, David Wood and David Sharp, who are really on our side, who really, really want us to succeed, who have been in our shoes, who are experiencing, the ups and downs of being a part of this company. And so, like I said, I've just never experienced anything like that. So, oh, thank you. Arian, the stage man.
You ain't gonna let me live that down, so I
No,
gotta
I'm
get it.
not.
I gotta get it done.
No.
So, but it's all good because the intention has been set. So,
That's right.
it's gonna happen. So,
That's
um,
right.
but yeah, let me chime in because we're talking about something big is coming, and all of us were in Denver, Colorado. Most of us met in Denver, Colorado. So the thing about it
Hello.
is, it's just amazing
Yeah.
that two weeks exactly after arriving in Denver, Colorado, we all on a live Google Hangout together. I mean, where do they do that at? So,
Right.
but it just shows you. It really just shows you just how awesome this company is and how awesome this team specifically is. Because at the end of the day, we don't care what you've been through. We all have had our issues. Issues, we all got them. We all have had our struggles. Whether we've been messed over in another company, or whether we got, we was um, caught in the matrix, or whether or not we were, whether or not we found ourselves, being condoned and having to settle for wussy commissions. The bottom line is that we are now in a place to where we can really pay it forward and be a blessing to others. And when you have when you are around like-minded individuals that are genuinely encouraging you, genuinely being able to show concern for you because they see something in you sometimes that you don't even see in yourself. The bottom line is you have no choice but to embrace it. You have no choice but to be willing to step out on faith and know that you got a team around you that's got you, but you have to take the first step. You have to. We can want it for you. We can want you to win all day long, but the fact is, we can't make you do it. We're not going to put a gun to your head and say, you better do this or else. We ain't got time for all that. But we're going after our dreams, and we decided in Denver, and I know she get tired of me mentioning this, but I'm mentioning it anyway because we're on a Google Hangout. I mean, it's thousands of people watching, maybe millions. We don't care. But the thing is, I I saw something in Kenya. I never met her. And I'm going to tell this story because I told it
Tell
on
it.
camera
Tell
and,
it.
maybe somebody missed it. So I'm going to share it again. I'm going to be brief because it's a
Yeah.
point behind it. And
Mhm.
that's what really why, for those of you who are on the fence, now is really the time to get in. You really need to click the link below. But let me tell you why it's so important to get in now and why it's so important to set the intention before the ball drops. About a month ago, now, Kay and I, we've been Facebook friends for quite some time, and we were in a prior company together. And I had saw a post in our Facebook in our team Facebook group saying that she had upgraded to one of the higher end products, and I didn't even know that she was even part of Empower Network. Didn't have a clue whatsoever. So I took the initiative and I reached out to her and just started a conversation. And I asked her a simple question. I asked her, were you, were you going to Denver? And her exact words were, I had absolutely no intention on going to Denver. Well, being that I understand the power that is unleashed at an Empower Network event. I didn't say an event. I said an Empower Network event because I've
Right.
been to events in other companies where it's a couple of hundred people. The first event I went to was in Chicago, Illinois. It was 5,500 people in. It wasn't even a room. It was in the conventions. It was a center. It was the convention center. It was over 5,000 people in the convention center.
Mhm.
This wasn't some little hotel room. This was a convention center. And when I saw the passion that exuded from all the leaders in Empower, it was a done deal. And since that day, since that weekend in April, I have not been the same. Carmelita can tell you that.
Mhm.
Michelle can tell you that. And even the other three ladies on this panel can tell you that. I have not been the same. And so I implored her to get to Denver. I was not accepting no for an answer. And it just so happened that the day that we had that conversation, she set an intention and she understood and she watched how the universe worked in her favor. Because that very Monday that we had that conversation, we had an Empower Hour call. It's a company call that we have every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rain, hail, sleet, snow, holidays, it don't matter. We always have that call. And so they just so happened to drop the price of the tickets. So normally the reason that people don't join companies, even though they say they want something better out of life, is because their main excuse is, I don't have the money. Well, they dropped the price, and I guess they dropped it low enough to where she could say, well, I actually do have the money. So she was able to purchase a ticket, and then she was able to, within a week's time, find roommates, two of which are on this panel. And then also, she was able to get a flight to Denver, and she was in Denver. And, she came up to me doing registration. And like I said, I didn't really know who she was because she had glasses on. And it's funny that she don't have her glasses on right now, but that's neither here nor there because that's my girl and I love her. But she was able to understand because she was there the importance of getting to the event. Getting to the event when it comes to Empower is an understatement. to say the least. And just for those of you who have been, under a rock the last 2 weeks, because we've been blasting it on Facebook, there are going to be not one, not two, not three, but 4 events in October. 4 of them. Don't say it's too far. Kill that noise. There are going to be events in Anaheim, California, Dallas, Texas, Chocolate City, Washington, D.C.,
Hey,
and Orlando,
yeah.
Florida throughout the month of October. Once you get in, because we already told you to get in, once you get in, make it your business to get to one of those 4 events. And I assure you, and you know what? I'm not going to even toot my own horn, but I'm gonna just put it out there. I guarantee you that you are not going to be the same as you were when you stepped into that event, because I'm sure La-Shawn can tell you, I'm sure Kenya can tell you, I'm sure Shanoa can tell you, I'm even sure Carmelita can tell you, because she just had a breakthrough yesterday, and we're going to talk about it because it's
Oh
important
wow. Oh wow.
that you are not the same once you go to these events. There is something that you find that's inside of you that you don't even know is there. But once you tap into it, you ain't the same person. And I didn't say am not, I said ain't, because I'm from St. Louis. I said ain't. You ain't the same.
I
So
know that's
the bottom line is, get off the fence, stop half stepping, stop making excuses, because we're going to say this mildly, we're really getting tired of the excuses. And you need to join us, because if you ever needed encouragement, motivation, inspiration, you're going to find it here. And I don't care if you join up under me or any other leaders on this panel, or any other members of our team, the Dream Team, you're going to find the encouragement. Because if you haven't figured this out or not, I didn't personally sponsor Kenya,
mm.
but she trusted me and believed in me enough to get on a plane. And who knows, you may be the next person to get a message from someone whose lives you touch, and they may feel like if they ain't heard from you in a couple of days, they may feel like you disown them. But that's neither here nor there. But we like to have fun. We love to make money. That's what it's all about. But we love to be a blessing and feed off of each other. That's the bottom line. So we're not uptight. We're not about suits. We just like to tell it like it is. We want to help you get it done. We want to see you on the beaches of the world. We want to just lock arms with you, because you have something in you. And again, I say, nobody can tell your story better than you. The question is, when are you going to start telling your story? And when are you going to be willing to get out of your own way? Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Period.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Just 1 minute, please.
Go say it.
I said, let me chime in for just 1 minute, please. I had to
Go
just
ahead.
tell Arian I don't have on my glasses cause I said I was a big old crybaby. And I've been crying off and on ever since I've been on here. Before the Empower Network convention or event, I would have never been on here. You
I
couldn't have
see.
begged me, couldn't have bribed me. I just wouldn't do it. Arian put me in front of a camera. I wouldn't do an interview. I wouldn't do a video. But I was at that event, and he said, we finna get it done, and we got it done. So it changes lives. It really does. So I encourage you to get back with the person that invited you onto this, event, and come and join us. It's something here. It really is. That's all I gotta say.
There it
All right,
is.
all right.
There it is. And let me tell you this, and this may be a shock to you all. It's not a shock to Carmelita because Carmelita is the person that brought me in. So I actually have to personally thank her and Michelle for what has transformed and has been unleashed in me in the 6 months that I've been a part of this awesome company and this awesome team specifically. Um, and I'm not just doing that because she's on this hangout, because she know that's my girl. But I will say this, like Kenya, I had never stepped in front of a camera. You can pay me to step in front of a camera. And I'm dead serious about it. And one thing about me, like I love, like if I wanted to, I would be a freelance photographer because I love to capture moments and I love to be behind the camera. So, but once I realized that I have a voice in this world and I have a right to be heard, and that I have
Mm.
something substantial to say, that may be able to speak life into somebody that may be on the verge of breaking up, on breaking up, giving up, cracking up. It helped me get out of my own way. And so once you realize that your purpose is bigger than you, we all have a why. There's a reason that we're in business and not, trying to stay on a job for 40 years and do the 40-40-40 plan. And for those of you who don't know what the 40-40-40 plan is basically you work in a 40-hour week job for 40 years only to retire on 40% of the money that you were making. That's the 40-40-40 plan
Mm.
in a nutshell. So the reality is we understand that our purpose, we have a why. Our why has to be greater than just selfish ambition. We all want to make money, but we all have families. We all have our own inner circle of friends that, we've seen struggle that we want to be able to help out. We want to be a blessing to our community. So our whys are bigger than us, which means our purpose is bigger than us. Because if our purpose wasn't bigger than us, we wouldn't even be having this hangout right now. And that's what it really, all boils down to. And I really want Carmelita to kind of chime in and share what happened to her yesterday. And I could talk about it, but I think it'll resonate better if it comes from the source.
Okay. Um, what I was experiencing was I don't know. I was just kind of going through. I felt like I was kind of going through the motion. You know, I felt like I wasn't being real with myself, and I wasn't analyzing the real reason why I'm doing this business. And so I went to the Chicago event, and that was like my first event. I couldn't make it to Austin. I really wanted to go. And mind you, I joined the business December 2012. So I didn't make it to Austin, went to Chicago, went to Denver, and it seemed like when I went to Chicago, I was just so on fire. But then when the Denver event came, I was kind of like, I want to go, but I don't want to go. So I was just like, what is going on? I was up and I was down. I was up and I was down. And I just didn't know what it was. So, even at the Denver event, I mean, yes, I was excited. Um, but I think I was getting overwhelmed because of, different things that were, um, taking place, with the Empower Network. There was other programs that were, being funneled in. And I just felt like, God, I got to join this. I got to join that. I got to, pay this, pay that. And so I just felt like, wow, I can't do it all. And I just felt like I wasn't stable and I didn't really master what I was learning in Empower Network. So yesterday when I was chatting with Michelle and Shantae, I'm gonna work 8 hours a day, sitting on the phone, with headsets on in the call center, and I'm just really beginning to dislike my job, and just too many rules. And I'm just the type of person, I don't like nobody telling me what to do. I'm just a very, somewhat of a rebellious, stubborn person. And my mom tells me this all the time. She's like, "You're so hard headed, you don't listen." But so I was chatting with Shantae and Michelle, and um, I don't even remember how that. Well, I think I remember how the conversation came about. They were just chatting, right? And so I chimed in, and I was just like, just really telling the truth that I just feel like I'm disconnected. I'm not really there, and I was being added to these different groups, and I would just scroll the feeds, privately, like the comments here and there, congratulate, welcome certain people, but I don't know. I just felt like I didn't have the desire to come home and work the business after work. I just was like, I'm so sick of getting on the computer. I don't want to be on the computer. So I was losing my drive, my focus. So I just began to tell Michelle and Shantae that um I just didn't feel, I just felt disconnected, and Michelle was just saying, well, focus on one thing. And she was saying, she was just giving it to me. She wasn't being hard, but she was giving me the things that I needed to hear. She was just being truthful, but in a loving way. And as she was talking to me, and I'm reading the feed, the chat, um, a tear just began to stream down my face because I was just like, even when you're going through the things that you're going through, and you feel like, nobody's there for you, um, you still have people that love and care for you. And, people don't know what you're going through until you reach out to them. So, um, that was a real breakthrough for me because, I needed to know that, there's something bigger as to why you're doing the Power Network. There's a reason why you're here. You don't like your job. You want to quit. So the only option is to work your business, and you're not gonna quit. And I know that they won't let me quit, but it's up to me to make that decision whether I'm gonna keep going or I'm just gonna, just throw my hands up and say, you know what, none of this stuff works. MLM doesn't work, internet marketing doesn't work. I mean, but it does work. I have to work it, and I have to realize that, everyone's success is going to be different. I can't compare my success, or someone else's success to mine because, someone might make money in a month. Someone might make money in 2 weeks, but I can't compare my results to theirs or their results to mine. So my journey is my journey. Arian's journey is his journey. Shanoa, your journey is yours. Kenya, yours is yours. La-Shawn, yours is yours. Everyone has a journey. And so, everyone's success depends on them. And so, you know, I felt liberated, after talking with them, and I felt encouraged, and I just feel like I'm ready, that I can actually move on and really get focused on what I need to do. So I made I wrote a blog last night and I made a video about it. And so you know, I just feel, I just love the community that we're in because that's what we do. We don't hype you up. We're real with each other. We're loving. We encourage. And then when you need a spank on your behind, we'll give you that too. But it's just the community itself. It's so embracing, and that's what I love about Empower Network. I didn't feel like it was genuine when I was in other network marketing companies in MLM. It didn't feel genuine. It just felt like they were just going through the motion of acting like, they were loving people, but or they cared about you, but they really didn't. Not saying all, but just some people. But we're not about hype, and that's what I love about Empower Network. So, if there's someone out there who feels like they're ready to give up, think about. I mean, if you have to take a break and kind of sit yourself in a timeout for however many days to really reflect on what you really want um for your life. And it has to be bigger than money. I mean, family, whatever your reason is for being in a home-based business, you have to determine what it is that you want, for your family, for yourself, for whatever reason. So, I just say to you that do not give up. You may slow down, but don't ever give up, because working a job for the rest of your life, that's not what I'm going to do. And I'm just really glad that Michelle, didn't give up on me, and she saw something in me that she cared enough about me to share this opportunity with me, and I'm just really glad to be here. So that's my little testimony. Praise the Lord, saints.
So that was cool. That was cool. Thank you for sharing, Miss Carmelita. Um, I understand what you say about the put yourself in a timeout. I've kind of done that for the last couple days. And hold on one second. Doing a screen capture or something? Can you?
Nah, they look
They
like they
playing.
taking pictures
Yeah,
or
they taking
something.
pictures.
Wow. Okay. Sorry. Just threw me off track. But what was I saying? Oh, the timeout. Okay. Last couple of days, I haven't really been feeling, a whole lot of stuff, and I've had to, like Carmelita said, put myself on a timeout and just reflect on why I'm doing this and, what's going on. I did notice that I missed Monday's call, and not Monday night's call, but Monday's midday call and Tuesday's midday call. And when I plugged back in on Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday, it kind of brought me back, to where I needed to be. I listened to a couple inner circle audios, which really helped me out to get my mindset back in the right place, so that I could, hop back in here and do what I need to do in my business, so that I can take care of my kids. I don't have to go back to a job and be just over broke, living paycheck to paycheck, because that's like the slow way to death. Who really has fun doing that? I mean, we do need people to work, mind you. Not everybody wants to jump off their job, but I'm not that person. I had to remind myself that there's no going back. This is it for me. I have made a vow to not work for anybody besides myself, because it's something I heard. I want to say I heard one of the leaders say, I'm allergic to a 9 to 5. I can't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. So it's really good that I found Empower and was able to change my life around. And it's the products work, especially that inner circle. Some folks may not believe that, but I had some difficulties about a month or so back, and if it wasn't for the inner circle, I listened to about maybe 3 audios that day, and if it wasn't for that, I mean, I would have been depressed, curled up in my bed, just covers over my head, nobody talked to me. But I was able to, plug into the system. We've got that here. You have that support here. Even if you don't go into the group or anything, if you get the inner circle, you've got that support. There's many stories on there that folks just like you, everyday folks, and it's over, I want to say over 60 calls on there, and actually it's probably more than that, but anyway, it's a lot on there, and someone has a story like yours or similar to yours, and they made it. They made it to the other side. They made it out. They're doing big things now, and that's what we want. We want to help everybody to live their dream. I also want to talk about Denver. Denver, as I say, a lot of things happened before Denver that financially would have knocked me out, and I was pretty low on the funds, but I had already bought my ticket. I already had my plane ticket, and I had a roommate. So I was like, I gotta go. Nothing's gonna stop me from going. And like a couple of days before, a bill came up and I had to pay it. And I'm like, that's my hotel money. What am I gonna do? So I'm around here trying to figure out what I can sell. I really didn't want to borrow from anybody because that right there, talk about step outside your comfort zone. I try to find it for myself. That's just how I am. And again, as I say, Inner Circle, I listened to a call on Wednesday, and Tony Rush said, to be successful, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that right there I was like, well, I set the intention to get to Denver. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna jump out my comfort zone. I Facebooked my cousin and was like, when you get this message, give me a call. And I was gonna see, if I could borrow some money. And strange thing happened. As soon as I did that, I was walking back in the house, looked on top of the refrigerator, and there was money up there. And my father was visiting, so I was like, Dad, did you put this money up here? And he's like, no. And, I took it down, I looked at it, and I counted it, and I remembered having those bills just like that. And I was like, I must have set this up here last week and forgot about it. And it's amazing how things happen when you start taking action. You make that decision and the universe answers, God answers, and you find a way. Now, mind you, I had almost enough for the hotel. I thought I had enough for the hotel, but we had one roommate who didn't make it. I'm so grateful, that I met Shanoa. She was my first roomie, and met her at the airport, and then we found our way to the hotel and everything. And I was trying to get a hold of Miss Kenya because I talked to her and I knew she was coming. She was just gonna get in real late. And when the other girl didn't show up and we couldn't figure out what was going on, we started worrying a little. But Miss Kenya showed up, which was a great thing. I got to meet her, and it's like, as I say, I thought I had enough for the hotel, and with that third person not being there, I didn't quite have enough. So the things worked out. I didn't make excuses that, okay, I don't have the money for the hotel. I didn't make excuses. I got there. Now, mind you, I didn't have the money to eat, really. But I didn't let that stop me. I had a couple snacks and everything. I got there, found a Rite Aid, got a couple more snacks and stuff, and everything worked out. We had someone buy us dinner on Sunday. Where can you go meet someone that day, and you're all sitting around talking, and they just so happen to overhear you talking to someone else about, us not really eating that day or not having dinner, and then they put some money in your hand and say, go buy yourself something to eat. It's just what we do. That's empower for you. That's an event. That's getting into an event. Just get yourself there, and things will be taken care of. I guess that's about all I can say about that right there. Anybody else want to?
Yeah,
jump in? I do appreciate you, Miss Shanoa. I appreciate you, Kenya. it was great meeting you, Arian, because again, as Arian said, we didn't know each other. I, I'm walking in with Kenya, and she sees Arian, and she's like, "Hey, that's the guy who got me here. Who talked me into coming." And she went over, gave him a hug, and I went up, introduced myself, shook his hand. Because I did that all weekend. It's crazy. I was talking to people who weren't even in Empower. The guy next to me on the plane, I seen his little slip of paper and thought that he had a ticket for our event, and then he was going to Vegas. But
Wow.
I didn't know. I was like, you going to an event? I was like, hey, my name is La-Shawn Price. How you doing? And then I was like, he said his name. He's just like, okay. And then I said, I see you going to an event. Huh? How long you been in? He's like, a couple months now. I was like, I'm part of the Dream Team. And you? He's like, the Indianapolis chapter. I'm like, they got a team named that? Then that's when I looked down and noticed he ain't going where I'm going.
Right,
But
right,
hey.
right.
That's what Empowered does. It gets you out your shell. So yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the ride. I've enjoyed the journey. It's been a great experience, and because I'm gonna leave it right there for right now. You were saying, Arian? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and chime in. And
Well, can
just
I
FY. Go ahead,
what
Shannon.
you said though, Arian?
Go ahead, Shannon.
It just goes
No,
right in line with what you
you
just said
good.
about
Yeah,
things
because
working
Arian
out.
gonna run away with it. You might want to jump in there. It may be about 10 more minutes.
Now,
You silly.
Well, because I mean that was just very powerful what you said because a lot of people feel like if they don't have all their I's dotted or T's crossed, then they shouldn't go to the event. And I attended another event, totally different company, different person, and all of that. And I was in the same situation as La-Shawn. Had just enough money for hotel and all that. And I just remember, this is just my story. I remember, even though things worked out, I just remember thinking I will never put myself in that situation again. I just did not want to be that uncomfortable to change my life. So then this time for Denver, I said, you know what? I'm going to have enough money. I'm cool or whatever. And then I had two roommates who didn't quite have things, financially for whatever reason. And so I was still uncomfortable because I couldn't just eat. I couldn't just, be comfortable because they were uncomfortable. Because I remember being in their shoes. I remember what that felt like. So I don't know if they remember I was constantly asking, you sure y'all hungry? Are you okay? You don't want me to do this or do that? And so you just, like she said, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You just have to. It's just part of the path to success. It's just part of the road of change. And I just want to just to kind of piggyback on that because I tried to avoid being uncomfortable this time, on one end, and then on the other end, I was still uncomfortable. But like she said, it was all good. It still worked out. I think I took it in a little bit more. I think because I realized what was going on and that, okay, like you said, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, then I was able to just, deal with it a little bit better. But don't let it stop you from attending an event because, like she said, miracles do happen. Things do come together. Things do work out. So, okay, Arian, thank
But,
you.
but to show you just how stuff just works and just flows naturally. I know you was worried about if I was gonna go on a 10-minute rant or something. You said something that really spoke to what LaShawn said and what I'm about to say. You talked about how you were pretty much in a situation financially to where if you still had the mindset that you had prior to Empower Network, you wouldn't have went because your mindset would have been, I can't afford to go.
Right.
Well, let me chime in. If I was to have based my decision to go to Denver on what my bank account was saying, I would not have been in Denver, which meant that I would not have sent Kenya that notorious Facebook message. I would not have met La-Shawn. I would not have met Shanoa. I would not have interviewed La-Shawn and Kenya at the same time. And we probably wouldn't be sitting on this hangout right now, speaking life into one another, feeding off each other's positive energy with the intention of someone who is watching this to take massive action. In a nutshell, yeah, I was like Kevin Hart, see the way my bank account is, I got a checking and a savings, but all the money is in the savings. Basically, I didn't even have the money in the savings. But the fact is, I knew to get there because the value that was shared with us, you really can't even put a price tag on. And mind you, I got my ticket when it went on sale at the last event. So I got my ticket for dirt cheap. What was stopping me was I was worried about spending money. I was worried about a flight. The flight was the biggest thing to me. And I just said, you know what? By whatever means necessary, I'm going to get there. Ethically, of course, I'm going to get there. And that was something that our leader, the notorious Tracy Walker, said on stage in Denver. That we need to do things, pretty much take action by whatever means necessary. And I would pretty much look like a complete idiot if I'd have spent all this time speaking life into people to get to Denver, the importance of getting to Denver, and I don't show up. Like how foolish is that? That's it's downright egregious to do that. For you to That's like inviting somebody to your house and you not there. Really? For real? That's just not gonna work. It's and if I was to if I would have made the excuses that started to creep up in my mind, because I have zero tolerance for excuses. And it's kind of serving as a segue into this point of this rant, so to speak, is that when you want something bad enough, you're going to go get it. And let me just ask this from a male to female perspective. At one point or another, we all have come across someone that really just kind of made our knees buckle, so to speak, for whatever reason. And the thought came in your mind where I'm going to go after that, because if you want it bad enough, you're going to go get it. Especially, and I really applaud women who are single mothers, because they have that mentality when it comes to their kids. They're going to do it. They're going to get it done by whatever means necessary. My problem is most people don't have that mindset when it comes to their business. Their business. This ain't a job where you have somebody standing over you, micromanaging you, and all this other crap. You get out what you put in it. And so, if you don't believe in yourself to go after your dreams unapologetically, why would you expect somebody to believe in you? Why would you expect somebody to lock arms with you. Why would you expect somebody to get out of their own way and see the bigger picture? Because the reason that we're gathered here today is because we see the bigger picture. Again, something big is coming. We got a glimpse of it in Denver. And the truth of the matter is, we really don't know, to the full extent of what it is. What we do know is that we're positioned for the overflow that's about to happen. What we do know is that for all those people that are watching this, that are shucking and jiving and that are on the fence, who keep making all these excuses why they won't get in, or they feel like they want to know all the bits and pieces, all the ins and outs to, is it gonna work and all this other stuff. We know of individuals who are younger than us. And yeah, I'm about to talk about money, so let me put this disclaimer out here real quick. The results that I'm about to talk about are not typical. You get out what you put into it. So for more information, it would be in your best interest to go to empowernetwork.com/income.php. Now we done got that out of the way.
There you go.
So I had a chance to, out of all the people that I interviewed a 22-year-old named Brian Kane, one of the young guns. We have a group within the Dream Team called the Young Guns. Those are individuals who are between the ages of 18 and 25 years old.
Okay, this is good.
To put it mildly, they're busting heads and taking names. I can't put it any more plainer than that. 22 years old. He don't have no job. He said bye to a time clock at the age of 21 years old. If I knew then what I know now, for example, for me, I'm 30. So if Empower Network had existed and the people that I'm linked to now, had they been in my life at that point where I was his age that he's at now, if it wasn't for me wanting to fulfill a dream that my father had for me, which was he wanted to see one of his children graduate from college, because that was something that he never did. If it wasn't for that one reason, I never would have went to college. Never. Because college put me to debt up to here. It was after college where I struggled finding a job. I have the degree, I have a bachelor's degree, but yet I couldn't find work. And I know so many people who go to college, who have graduated from college, yet they're struggling to find a job. There is no such thing as job security no more. It's gone. If you're banking on Social Security to be there when we get into our 60s, I regret to inform you. I really don't regret to inform you.
Yeah.
It's not really going to be there. You need to get it together. And you need to do something in addition to working that job. But understand that a job will put money in your pocket. So I'm not knocking jobs because they're necessary. But a job for most of us is not going to get us freedom. You need to escape the rat race. But it's so many people that I know who are the businesses, who are on jobs that they don't like, that are scared to take the chance. And if you are scared to take the chance on yourself, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to. I'm just gonna keep it 100 because when I get messages on Facebook, people that contact me because they notice something a little different about me, something that happened, because whether we believe it or not, people are watching. People are observing us, whether they act all bashful and they don't want to open their mouth and say, something that you said inspired me, or something that you said helped me get through this situation. And I used to get upset when people would tell me, just come out the blue and tell me, you inspire me. What I used to do was, why didn't you ever tell me? It's like, why are you telling me now? I felt like I could have been further along if you would have told me some, but everybody do their thing in their own, in their own time, as far as coming to tell you. And some things you just not meant to know. That's something I've had to learn. So I don't get offended by it. You know, but the thing about it is, the reason that I'm so passionate is that, like I said, everything that comes from me, especially when it comes to this business, is bigger than me. It's not about me. Because if it was about me, I probably wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera right now, because that's not my comfort zone. And it's funny because when I tell people that, they laugh at me, because they tell me now all of a sudden that you just seem, like such a natural. I'm not comfortable. I'm really not. But like Tony Rush said on stage, like Tracy Walker said on stage, like I actually said in a video that I did in Denver, Colorado, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I've gotten extremely comfortable in being uncomfortable, because we've all been lied to. We've all been misled. We've all been misinformed. But that doesn't mean that your dream has to die because somebody wasn't honest enough with you to tell you the truth. We're not going to say everything that you want to hear. There may be some things that has been said on this hangout that you may not agree with. You know what? That's if that's what floats your boat, that's fine. You have a right to feel that way. But I can speak for everybody on this panel when I tell you that nobody has a reason to lie to you. Nobody. We've all struggled. We're just now breaking out of our struggle. We're just now breaking out of our cage. We're just now stepping out of our comfort zone. But what makes it easy is when you got somebody beside you that's willing to lock arms with you. And it don't matter if they stay in the same city. All of us are in different cities. I'm in Missouri. La-Shawn is in Indiana. Carmelita is down in Florida. Kenya's in Mississippi. Shanoy, you in Illinois? Right. So
Springfield, Illinois.
Springfield, Illinois. That's what I thought. So me and Shanoy are like 90 minutes from each other. But
Yeah.
the thing is, all of us have been through our own short, we've experienced our own struggles to where we wanted to say, forget this. I'm hanging it up. I'm tired of this. But something keeps us going. And for those of you who are willing to listen, and understand that when you make a decision and you're willing to stand on your decision, the chains start falling off of you. I'm telling you what I know because that's what's happened to me in the last 6 months. Thanks to this dream team and to Empower Network. Dave Wood, Dave Sharp, Tracy Walker, Tony Rush, Lawrence Tam, Vic Streishouse, and so many others. Miss Nicole Cooper. I gotta talk about Nicole Cooper. I really do. I really, really do. But I'm gonna catch my breath because I know they want. I know y'all want to chime in because if I talk about Nicole Cooper now and what she's done for me, and I'm sure that word is going to get out that she's going to see this if she's not watching it right now. If I talk about it right now, I'm probably going to break down. So let me gather myself and I'm going to turn it back over to La-Shawn.
Back to me. Now that I'm unmuted. Anyone else have anything to add so we could let Mr. Arian collect himself and because I'm done for right now. Shanoa, Kenya, Carmelita.
No, I want to hear Arian's story.
You have some time, Arian?
I'm good. I'm good. It must go on. It must go on. It's not about me. So,
we got you. We got you.
Can you give him some tissues?
let me. I got some tissue. Let me preface my comments on this.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna say something. Let's get yourself together, baby.
All right.
All right.
I just want to say, all the time, the Bible, and I'm not trying to be religious or anything, but the Bible does teach us that our life is not our own. So He allows us, or the universe, or whatever it is that you want to call it, He allows us to be put in different positions, in different places, strategically to help somebody. Empower was put here to help somebody, and then when it helped the people that it's helped, then those people have gone out and helped somebody. And I'm saying all that to say, you don't know why you're on here today. I actually had seen the video probably when it first came out, and I kept clicking it off. I would never really watch it. But it wasn't my time. It wasn't my time to get in. But the time, the time is now. The time then was for those people that needed to be the ones that knew how to really build and really put their foot to the plow. But empower is
everything you need. Here's Sally.
Shanoa.
Yeah, sorry. I'll mute myself. Kids are going to bed. Sorry.
But empower now is in such a way that even the people that have never really had success in the past or that can't build, that just has never made it anywhere, can make it. And so I'm saying, like, now is the time, and I'm putting that out there because what's coming up, oh my goodness, it had me in tears, and I cry a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I cry a lot. I get emotional. My son just said I cry too much. I do a lot of crying, but that's only because I'm not afraid to put my one on one usually. I'm not afraid to put me out there if I need to be out there. If I'm feeling what you going through, then you gonna know I'm feeling it because I'm gonna probably shed a few tears or I'm gonna get passionate. And Shanoa and La-Shawn can tell you. They say something, oh, I got a remedy for that. They say something, oh, yep, I got you right there. Oh, cause see, I've been through something, and because I've been through it, I can do that. But that's neither here nor there. I can go on somewhere else. But I'm just telling you that now is the time, and if you know like I know, you get on this in this storm, get on up in there and ride. You ready, Eric?
Yeah, I'm ready. Um, it's just amazing that once again, um, what you really said, what you just said, really just it just really. And I'm normally not at a loss for words, but um, I've gathered myself now, and I really want to share this because I shared it. I've never shared it openly, um, but I shared it on a blog post that was that I wrote right after the Chicago event. Let me preface my comments. I mentioned Nicole Cooper. For those of you who don't know who Nicole Cooper is, um, I refer to her and Tracy Walker as the dynamic duo of Empower Network. Besides, the founders, they're the female dynamic duo of Empower Network. I had a chance to see Nicole at the Chicago event, and I talked about how Chicago really did it for me. Nicole Cooper was the first speaker at the Chicago event. So in essence, she really set the tone for everything that happened in Chicago. She talked about her story, and she talked about how she was um she was in a relationship. Her and her husband, they were they were struggling, and she had a husband, and key word is had. She had a husband that really did not support her when it came to working online. He was the type of person that believed, in typical guy, work hard, work hard, work hard, and you'll see the results. He just didn't believe it when it came to making money online. And she had success and did quite well in another opportunity that she was in. She came across Tracy Walker, and they were in a business together, very successful. And she had a child. And when she came across Empower Network, as she shared on stage in Chicago, Tracy introduced it to her, and she was burnt out from the industry. And I believe she was 8 or 9 months pregnant. So the idea of working a business, that was the last thing on her mind. She was pregnant with her son, I believe. And Tracy sent her a message on Facebook. And Carmelita knows where I'm going. That's why she's smiling. She said, and I quote, "If you don't join me, we're not friends anymore." Tracy Walker was that positive, confident, and assured, not only in herself, not only in the business itself, but in Nicole, that she was willing to throw away a friendship, a sisterhood. That's how important it was for her to lock arms. And they were both on stage in Chicago. They both received checks in excess of over $80,000. And this is not 80 grand in a year. Try 80 grand plus in 90 days. And I don't have to worry about saying the disclaimer again because it's already been said. Tracy Walker's check was almost $200,000 earned in 90 days. It's real, y'all. And the thing is, Nicole Cooper is just pretty much a straight shooting, tell it like it is person from Los Angeles, California. Tracy Walker is from Chicago, Illinois. We were in her stomping grounds. And after the event, Nicole, hosted a midday motivational call that our team has, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. On that call, she talked about how the very next day was going to be her husband's last day on his job. Because of the fact that she made a decision that with or without his support, she was going to get this done. She was able to retire him from that job. She made a believer out of the person who should have been her greatest source of strength and support. I say that to say this. She really does not know how that helped me when it comes to my business. Because when I got home from Chicago, I experienced a similar thing with my significant other, where she was not supportive because she had did her fair share in the industry, got a raw deal, and she's really bitter about it. But she sees that I'm passionate about it. And she feels like I'm wasting my time. But because Nicole was open, honest, and transparent enough to say that with or without certain people, she was going to get this done, I had the courage of my convictions to tell my other half that with or without her support, I am going to win. Bottom line, the people that you think are going to support you initially, they won't. And I said this in Denver when we were sitting around the table, and I'm sure Shanoa and La-Shawn probably remember me saying this. The people that you think will support you won't. Your friends and your family won't start supporting you until strangers start uplifting you. I'm going to say that again. Your friends and your family won't support you until strangers start uplifting you. The bottom line is this: stop using you not having your family and friends support as a crutch, because those people that you think will lock arms with you and they decide that they're not going to lock arms with you initially, they will be replaced by people that you never expected to walk into your life and be a blessing to you. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that something that was placed on my heart to say would be able to motivate, encourage, and inspire someone to get on a plane, to go to an event, not even knowing what to expect. You just have to believe. And not to sound overly spiritual, because I'm not, but you have to have faith the size of a mustard seed when it comes to your dreams. And when people can see that you're passionate about your dream and are willing to go after it, you will attract those people that are meant to be in your life for the long haul. I'm grateful for the people that are in my life right now. I'm grateful for everybody that's on this panel. Y'all like sisters to me. I'm like the little brother, but y'all like sisters to me. And the fact is that the reason that I can speak with so much conviction now is because I know that the best is still to come. If you think that a lot has been shared now, trust me when I tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because every last one of us are going to be on that stage. It won't just be me sharing my story. Carm, you're going to be on that stage sharing your story. Shanoa, you're going to be on that stage inspiring others to get out of their own way. Kenya, you already breaking out your shell. That started in Denver. The fact is, you're going to be on that stage. And because you already have your own Southern swag to you, to where you can speak directly to people that have a similar story to you, you're going to be a blessing to others. And my dear La-Shawn, confidence just exudes from you. And the fact is that we've known each other for 2 weeks exactly. But the fact is, you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Why am I saying this? Because thanks to us deciding to get out of our own way and believe and trust in one another, we are able we're going to be able to fight the forces of evil, which, by the way, is the next event. We're going to, quote unquote, release our inner badass. We're going to be able to say FTBS, and you can say it any way you want to, whether it's follow the blogging system or that other thing. Get money. And last but not least, we're going to be able to tell people confidently, boldly, wholeheartedly to don't be a wussy. When the smoke clears, we're going to be standing. We're here, and we're not going anywhere but to the top. The question is, when are you going to make the decision to get out of your own way, to be a blessing to others? Tracy Walker did it, and she blessed Nicole Cooper. Nicole Cooper did it. Not only was she able to bless her husband, not only was she able to get him off of his job, but now he's her biggest support system. For those people that have wrote you off, and I'm speaking real, because I wasn't supposed to be here. I grew up with lead poisoning. Doctors told me that they thought I was going to end up mentally retarded. Why do I feel confident enough to tell you this? With tears in my eyes, is because the fact is, I was able to do everything that they said I wasn't going to do. I never was left back a grade. I graduated high school. I graduated college. And I was able to get out of myself and to face my fear. And if I'm able to do it, growing up in an environment where I saw people die in their never to be able to see adulthood, where it was drugs and guns all around me. If I was able to overcome those circumstances and speak life and be a blessing to somebody else, you have no excuse. If I can do this, so can you. You got to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to believe. You have a champion. You have to tap into your inner champion. The only way you can do it is to be around the right people. I'm a champion. I have the heart of a champion. We all are champions. One thing I know about being champions, when you're on a championship team, when the final gun is shot, I'm not the only one that's going to get a ring. That means everybody that's on the team gets a ring. But you got to position yourself. That's all I got to say.
Well, ladies, I think that's it right there. I think
Yeah.
we go ahead
I
and
know
just
that.
we thank you,
Wow.
Arian. I don't know. Anybody else have anything else to say?
Click the link below.
There it goes. Click the link below. Get in
Yeah.
now.
Get in.
Join us. Have your
Join
life
us.
changing moment.
Message us.
Hey,
Click the link. Get to the next events. I don't care if you're on the West Coast, East Coast, South, Midwest. Don't matter.
right.
Get to the next event and let's change the world one day at a time, one step at a time.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
We'll see y'all.